everyone and their mother is so excited to hear from you. We maxed out before it even started, which is so exciting. So I'm just going to let you have the floor if you want to just tell us your story and then give us all of the amazing awesomeness about how you bring in all this crazy volume.
Perfect. Okay, so my name is Kelly Dahl, and I'm a triple diamond. So I want to tell you guys a little bit about me and just how I started and all that good stuff, and then we'll get into the nitty gritty and promotions. So this business, I just had my 4-year anniversary in February. So February 18th, 2016, I started this business. And at the time, I was a first-time mom. My son was 5 months old. I was working as a nurse full-time, so I wasn't working shifts. I was working in administration in a master's prepared position. So I was working like 50 hours a week. I was also getting my master's at the time. And I started this business really just for an extra $500 a month. Like I really just wanted to pay down an extra credit card that we had opened while I was pregnant with my son. Okay. So part of my maternity leave was paid, part of it was not. And so I wanted to pay down that debt. It was $1,000. And so when I started, I was like, okay, if I go Ruby, at the time there was a Ruby bonus for $1,000. And I was like, I'm going to go Ruby. I'm going to earn that $1,000 bonus. And I didn't really like think much beyond that when I started. I was just like, let's pay down this credit card. That's good. That's great. But my enroller, she had just gone presidential. And I was like, man, like if I could keep going, this could be really great. And so I went Ruby. I earned that bonus in my first couple of months. And a light bulb kind of went off because I was getting into my master's program where I was either going to be at work or at school a week because of the work that I needed to do for my master's. So I was literally never going to see my son, never going to see my husband. And so 6 months into my business, I went diamond. And at the time there was a $5,000 bonus. Now there's a $15,000 bonus. So I earned that $5,000 bonus. I went diamond and I was able to go part-time at my nursing career. And that was a big deal because that wasn't something I ever anticipated. And so it really gave us more balance and more life because between my master's degree, working part-time, working in this business, and then having a little one, it was a lot. And so from there, I ran right to double diamond. So right after my 1-year anniversary, I went double diamond. I was still working part-time. I was still finishing my master's degree. So that was 2017. And I earned a $30,000 bonus going double. And that was in 2017. So a few months later, I graduated with my master's degree. I was still working part-time. And, you know, I was liking where we were at. We were making really good money. I was making more as a double diamond than I ever made full-time as a nurse. So that was great. And, you know, I was only working part-time, so it wasn't super stressful. I was getting extra time with Wyatt. It was all good. But something was pulling in my heartstrings that summer of 2017 to like be home full-time. And I was like, we can do this financially now. We've paid down some debt. Things are, you know, good. And so I decided to come home. And so literally I put in my notice and a few weeks later I found out I was pregnant. And with our son Wyatt, we had fertility struggles. And so when we got pregnant on our own, we were like, whoa, what's happening? That's a shock. And I was kind of like, I was in a point where I was like, why did this happen, God? Because working as a nurse, I like had no hospital bills for having my son. And then, you know, we wanted more kids, but anyway, so I was like, why is this happening? Why am I home now? And we're pregnant again. So not long after we found out we were pregnant, you have your first ultrasound. And the night before we went into that ultrasound, I was like, I looked at my husband and I said, I think something's wrong. And everything up to that point had been fine. And we went in for the ultrasound and it just seemed off. And so the specialist came in and they were like, your baby has some concerning, there were some concerning aspects. And they basically told me like, you're going to miscarry this baby, yada, yada, yada. So we went further to do some genetic testing and all of that and found out that she had Turner syndrome, which thankfully is not genetically passed on, but it's a chromosome abnormality. And so they told us, from the get-go, like, she's not going to survive. You're probably going to miscarry. And so, we stayed very faithful through all of that, but it was very much a crisis type situation that we lived through. And our prayer was that we would carry her beyond 20 weeks so that we could deliver her and hold her and love her here on earth and her know that she was loved and cared for. So, so fast forward, I would have appointments like every week. I was working this business full time, and we had our little one, and he was 2. And we had specialist appointments almost every week. I was going in for a specialist appointment and they were telling me like, it's so crazy that she's doing so great. So fast forward, I went to conference in 2018. We came home from conference and I hadn't felt her move in about a day. And so we went in and she had passed. And so I delivered our daughter Eloise and she was stillborn. And while that was expected, because of told us from the get-go, she had been a fighter and we had talked about like what if she, survived, what if all of the things. So it was a very, very difficult time. And that was February 5th of 2018. And so when that happened, nobody ever anticipates as a parent that you're going to lose a child. And when that does happen, it's basically the most awful thing I've ever experienced in my life. I took a week away from social media, away from my business. And we had a funeral and had services. And then I came back and worked my business. And so many people are like, how did you do that? Why would you do that? And here's the thing. There's so many things in life that you cannot control. And so for me, the business, I could control what I did in this business. I couldn't control losing my daughter Eloise. I couldn't control, her chromosome abnormality. I couldn't fix that, but I could work my business. And so I came back after just taking a week off and I worked my business. I didn't promote to triple in 2018. I worked my business. I was really, looking back, I was very broken in that season. I didn't, I was working, I was building. At that point, I was teaming double. So I was being paid as a diamond at that point. And in the fall of 2018. So we did lots of traveling in the summer. We did all of the things. We kept ourselves really, really busy. And in the fall of 2018, I went to Cindy Pentecost women's retreat. And that was the second retreat that she had hosted. And I went in with a very open mind. And I was really just looking for like answers kind of, and like for God to guide me. Like, what am I doing? Where am I going? Am I supposed to be here? What's happening? All of the things. Because at the time I was being paid as a diamond. And I went to that conference and God kind of shook me up. Like, you're here for a reason. This business, was placed in your life for a reason. And I came home and I started really focusing on mindset. And I started, I actually was gifted there. Everyone didn't get devotionals, but Cindy handed out some of her favorite devotionals and I ended up with one of them. And the devotional is called Awaken. And I can pull it out here in a little bit. But anyways, it was really incredible. And so I came home and I started journaling. I started reading a devotional and I got my back to work and I was working with intention. And so fall of 2018, I got back to double in October. And those were the highest double checks I had ever seen in my business up to that point. Like, I was being paid some months as a triple basically, but I was a double diamond. So don't let anyone ever tell you like, just because the average income is such and such at a certain rank, like that doesn't matter. You can make a lot of money at each rank. Don't set your sights on just the average income, if that makes sense. So that was fall of 2018, getting paid as, great as a double every month leading up to 2019. So November, December, I claimed triple every month. I was like, I'm going triple. November, December, didn't hit it. Went to conference in January of 2019. If those of you that have been around for a little while, it was old charts still. I promoted to triple diamond on the old chart right before they made the compensation changes and announced those. So I promoted to triple diamond at conference, which was incredible, the morning of January 31st. And so I'm going to finish my story and then I'm going to come back to that. Promoted to triple 2019. It was the old chart. So I promoted with almost 50,000 in volume and then came home, it was amazing. And then end of February, my mom called me in the middle of the night and told me that my dad had been having seizures, and my dad's a very healthy guy. And we found out a week later that my dad had a rare form of brain cancer, which is primary CNS lymphoma. So very, very rare. And my dad was a really healthy guy. And so it literally, again, my world was shook. And so that, was added a little bit of a roller coaster to 2019. I was able to help with all of his appointments. I was able to go to so many treatments, doctor's appointments, all of the things, especially as a nurse, that was really, really important to us. In March, so my dad was diagnosed in February. March of 2019, I promoted my husband's account to Triple Diamond. And then my dad continued treatment. I traveled a ton last year. My dad was cancer-free as of November of 2019. So my dad is here with us and doing so incredible. He had a bone marrow transplant, and he's doing amazing. And so that brings us to now, right? I am a Triple Diamond leader. We are going after presidential this month. And this business has blessed us in so many ways. You guys, we've earned over $100,000 in bonuses. I am paid very well as a Triple Diamond. I was in top 150 last June when they announced top 150, which was not something I anticipated. I missed top 150 at conference by the skin of my teeth. And so that will not happen again. And we will be a top 75 team come conference next year. So I am so grateful for this business, and I cannot even explain to you guys, but I want to talk to you guys about promoting end of month, but also just the months leading up to promotions and, that month of. So, and then if you guys have questions, I see the chat blowing up, but I'm not reading it, I will get to all of your questions at the end, I promise. So, first thing that caught Mariah's eye was I told her when I went triple, we brought in volume in the last 24 hours. Okay. And I can't remember the numbers that we brought in for my husband's promotion. So I'm going to focus on my triple promotion. And then we'll talk about even last month, the kind of volume that we brought in. So, when I went triple, like I told you, I'd been claiming it. I went on Facebook and was like, we're going Triple Diamond. This is what triple's going to do for my family. So if you're not being loud and proud about your promotion, whatever promotion that is, whether it's Ruby, Emerald Diamond, Double Diamond, Triple Diamond, Presidential Ambassador, whatever it is, if you're not being loud and proud, in my opinion, you're doing yourself a disservice, because then if you're not shouting it from the rooftops, the only person you're disappointing is yourself. And I think it helps to have other people cheering you on, first of all, and other people kind of holding you accountable as well. So I claimed it for multiple months and had to be like, we didn't hit it last month, but we're going after it again. So when we went triple, I remember we flew in on the 30th, got in a cab, my Ambassador Diamond, I was with her, and she was like, okay, how far are you? And I was like 4,000 and some change. I rattled off the number to her. And she was like, okay, you can do this. You can do this in 24 hours. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to go and work. And so month long in 2019, January of 2019, ThermoFight X launched at the end of December. So ThermoFight X was what I was primarily working. And I will tell you that's still what I'm primarily working to this day. But ThermoFight X, when it came out, and I think a lot of people look back on that, if they were in the business, if you were in the business, how many of you are like, oh my gosh, when ThermoFight X came out, it was so incredible. Oh my gosh, I remember, blah, blah, blah. So I enrolled 67 customers in January of 2019. Now, I think people think, oh, that's when ThermoFight X came out, that's why she enrolled that many customers. No, it was a decision that I made. I made a decision, like I said, leading up to that. But even you guys, the beginning of January, January 2nd or 3rd, my husband and I went to Mexico for 5 or 6 days. Just the two of us. I was working, but obviously when you're in Mexico, the drinks are flowing, we were having a good time. Okay. So I was gone in Mexico in January for 6 days. Enrolled some customers, enrolled some distributors, came home, didn't feel like I was as fired up as I should be, because there were people around me, my sidelines, that were enrolling tons of customers. And I remember asking one of my sidelines, Rachel Hunter, I was like, what are you doing? How are you enrolling all customers? And she was like, Kelly, it's just a decision. It's just a decision. And I was like, okay, you're right. And that's what you will hear so many top leaders talk about. It's just a decision. It is just a decision. And it truly is. So I made that decision that day after talking to her, and I turned my enrollments around. I started enrolling multiple people, a day, multiple customers. One day I enrolled 8 customers throughout the month. And then I know the last day of the month, I enrolled 10 plus customers. And, everyone was working on my team. Obviously, I don't want anyone to think that I did this all by myself. I did not bring in 4,000 in volume by myself, right, on the last day of my promotion. That's not how it happened. But my team and I were working towards these promotions all month long. And the end of the month, is crunch time, right? And so what I was doing to promote, and what I still do every day, is host to post. Host to post, you guys, for Thermophyte X, like, it doesn't get old. It's still working. If you don't think host to post is working, you need to clean up your network a bit and grow your network. So if you're not going through and deleting people, not just because you but because you want to, you should be doing that. You should be as close to maxing out your friends, especially if you've been in this business for a year or two. Like, how close are you to maxing out at 5,000? Because I have to delete people every day so that I can add new people. Okay. And that's why you get posts that are blowing up. When you see another distributor or another leader who's posting and they're getting tons and tons of comments, it's because they're cleaning up their network and they're growing their network all the time. So the beauty of host to post is that it's helping you do all of those things at once. It's helping you grow your network. It's helping you get new potentials because you're opening yourself up to a whole brand new network every time you have someone new post for you. So post to post for TFX is where it was over a year ago. That's still the main host to post that I'm doing. I am throwing in some coffee sample host to post now. But host to post for TFX, and I can share some scripts with you guys here in a bit, is where it's at, in my opinion. I also host posts for distributors. I think it's a great way to bring in distributors as well. So that is huge when it comes to volume in general. Stacking. I'm not going to go like into great detail about this, but I want you guys to, after a promotion, you know, the saying, I can't remember who said this first, but fresh fish jump first. So we think a lot about, you know, how we need to talk to new people all of the time. And the new people are actually going to a lot of times be the people that, enroll right away and that sort of a thing. So that's why we want to talk to new people all the time. So the same thing kind of happens with new, I will give you guys my upsell scripts as well, with new distributors. So you bring in new distributors, and I think so often people get stuck on like, this is my chart. Like, you're so laser focused on your chart and the way that it looks and what you need to go diamond and what you need to go double and what you need to go triple, and triple and above, to hit your promotions. It's not just the people on your chart. It's growth outside of that that's going to get you to that promotion, because a certain amount, or I should say presidential and ambassador, you have to have certain volumes, right? It's not just a double, a triple, and a diamond. For triple, it's not just a double and 2 diamonds, right? There's volume that you need outside of that. Even for diamond, if you have an emerald and a ruby, that's 7,000 in volume. There's another 1,000 in volume somewhere, right? Because you have to have a minimum of 8,000. So stacking and working with those new people, I think so often people think like new people come in and they're like, well, they're not on my promotion chart, so like I'm going to train them and help them. But those are the people that are going to bring in new volume that's going to boost your volume big time, okay? Like, those are the people that are excited about their business, the fresh fish, right? They're excited. They're ready. They've got a whole network that's probably untapped or untouched. Family, friends, like, they're excited. You guys, tapping into that is so key. New distributors can bring in an extra 400, 500 in volume in a week. So a prime example, I started in February of 2016 on the 18th, and I brought in over 400 in volume, and I was a 400 box on my enroller's chart, on her presidential chart. Okay. A 400 box. I had no idea at the time, right? But I knew she gave me a goal, like, okay, enroll your 4 customers, I'll get you a t-shirt. And we'll talk about like that. And I was like, okay, cool. I did that. I thought it was no big deal, right? It was no big deal to me. But hindsight, holy crap, that was a really big deal. That was a one less box she didn't have to worry about. And I had absolutely no idea. Your new people don't need to know that you're going after a promotion. They just need to know that you're invested in them and them doing well. And with the new changes, they need to enroll their 6 customers. So you have to light a fire under them. You have to inspire them to help them get those things done. I have a girl that started today, and she's, already announced her business. She's sending out messages, to her first 20 people. I'm going to teach her host to post probably tonight because she's ready. She's lit. Like, let's go. Those are the people that are going to drastically change volumes for you throughout your promotion month and beyond. Okay. So those are the people that are more excited. And I'm a seasoned, like I say seasoned, I've been doing this for 4 years. So I've been doing this for a while. People who've been doing this for a while, leaders and that sort of a thing, sometimes it's harder to get them like excited. Okay. And so new people are excited. New people up. All of them may not be, but a lot of them are. So if you get them posting, even if they are not excited, have them do host a post for you and you work it and place the volume under them. Like use what you have to your advantage. Okay. Don't think because somebody's on, level 15, 30, whatever it is, that volume can't help, because it all goes towards your group volume. Okay. And you need that extra volume. You need that extra boost. And you have no idea who could pop up and go Ruby this month. It is only the 9th of March. Okay. You could sign someone tomorrow that goes diamond in 25 days. Like you don't know what you don't know. Okay. So stacking your chart, I do not advise, when it comes to charting, I don't advise starting to build, like if you're going diamond this month, focus on diamond and stack your chart. Okay. Do not start building to double on a hope and a prayer. Especially if you're like, okay, let's say you're going diamond and you have an emerald and a ruby, and your ruby isn't really working. Maybe it's your husband or something, or maybe it's your neighbor that's not really doing anything. Don't build her to emerald chart when you're going diamond. Like stack and think about working with the workers. Okay. So stacking is important. Stacking will help your volumes overall. Digging deep, I talked about that. Fresh fish jump first. Okay. Connect. I'm going to send you guys, I didn't get to edit this. So once I edit it, I will send it to Mariah again. But we did this, I send messages through Connect every month. But something came to mind when they announced this $100 loyal customer promotion. So if you guys don't know, any loyal customer, any current or new loyal customer who orders over $100 this month, the rest of this month, gets free shipping. You guys, I will literally be buying like one thing on a website and it says like free shipping over $75. And I'm like, okay, what do I need to spend? And it'll be like $50 and I'll do it. People like free shipping, even if it doesn't even make any sense. Okay. I had someone who, just a prime example, she tried the, why can't I think of it? She tried the Skinny Brew. She did a 3-day Skinny Brew sample pack. She hadn't signed up for the Skinny Brew yet. Then she commented on a TFX post of mine. She was ready to sign up for the TFX post. Then I sent her my cleanse upsell. And then I said, oh, you're up to $75 now. You get free shipping on if you spend over $100. And I was like, how'd you like that? You liked that Skinny Brew, right? That's what you told me. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, let's add a bag to that. And that'll put you over 100. And she was like, okay, sounds good. Done. Sold. We went from 30 BV to 97 BV. Okay. In a matter of minutes. Okay. So upselling is gold. I know that some people like to start with like really big packages. I am a person that likes to send like, most of my packages are like 2 or 3 products, and I give them like options. I give them levels. And that's something that we started doing again last year with TFX. We started doing levels, and like level 1 would just be TFX, and then level 2 is the TFX and the cleanse. And so they get to pick. But now I also have just a TFX script. So if I'm posting about like who wants to lose weight and has a strict $40 budget, which if you don't have that post, I am pretty much maxed out on friends, but if you go follow me, you'll see that post on my wall. I have a script for that. And then I still upsell them the cleanse. I still upsell them Skinny Brew or the Mocha Dreams as well. Okay. So there's lots of upsell opportunities. I would rather, like, I kind of like building up, I guess, rather than paring down. I know some people work the opposite way. That's just what seems to work for me. The really, really big packages overwhelm me. And so I just like doing smaller things. So, and I would say 80% of my customers are over 30 BV, like 63 BV minimum, if not over 100 BV. So we're talking about customers, so I want to keep going with this. connect. I have this message, this script that I'm going to send you guys here in a bit. It's 2 parts, and this is actually a connect script that we used when we had a free shipping promo last year in April. And I just remember we were going to an event, actually a Networks event, and we were driving, and we used this script, and I brought in over 500 BV in a day, just myself, just me with current customers. Okay. And so what's really cool is I'm going to send you guys this script. You could send it out this Friday. I think sending out connect messaging on Friday is really helpful because a lot of people get paid on Fridays, or around the 15th. A lot of people get paid like the 15th and the 31st, or the 15th and the 1st. Something else to consider. But then you can send a follow-up message to them on like the 26th and be like, hey, did you want to get in on any of these packages? Or, hey, did my last message go through? Because your current loyal customers, the goal is to find them something that they can't live without, so that they're always ordering something, okay? Or they're always needing to stock up on something. I mean, I have some customers or distributors that never really did anything. They were customers, became distributors, and just didn't really get into the business. Like, they sometimes, when we do these free shipping things, they'll end up ordering like over 200 BV worth of stuff because they love our products. They just never really wanted to work the business, okay? So there's lots of opportunities with your current customers to get them like stocked up on whatever they use during these free shipping deals. Okay. So don't disregard your current loyal customers and where they are on your chart and where you need volume. Like, pay attention to that as well. Like, if you need a distributor that you've always placed volume there for whatever reason, and you have those customers there, like, reach out to those customers, specifically about this special and what they can do. And don't forget, it's over $100 free shipping, but over $200 is 10% off. Okay. So that's a huge, like, there's great volume there. And that, with those current loyal customers that end up ordering, keep track of that so you can follow up with them, because they find something that they love, they keep ordering it. The goal is not to just get them to order once to get you to your promotion, but to keep them ordering. Okay. I'm going to move on my list, and then we can always come back to things because I feel like I'm all over the place. So distributors, I mentioned that I do host posts for distributors. I also message for distributors. I talked about the fresh fish jump first, and your new distributors are going to work really hard. Sometimes when people are promoting, they get so laser focused. I see a lot of people get so laser focused on volume, and they don't recruit distributors. There is nothing that excites the new distributors and their excitement for their business. Okay. And as a leader, as a distributor, as a ruby, as an emerald, as a diamond, you need new blood in your organization every single month. You need that excitement. You need that fun. Like, if you are ever feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm not, just distraught about your business in any way, shape, or form, go find your like newest newbie and get excited with them and pour into them, because that is what excites me more than anything, is working with new people that are excited about their business. Okay. Because I remember what that's like. Like, it feels like yesterday. Okay. So make sure that you are digging deep to those new distributors, working with them. Contests can be so huge, and they can be something as simple as like running an auto ship contest. Like, if anyone that's running an auto ship, you can give away a prize. Seems super simple, right? Everyone that completes their steps to success, prizes. You can do, I think in promotion months, things that are really helpful are doing one-on-one, like contests with people. So like, hey, let's say they're a new distributor and they haven't enrolled their first 6 customers yet. Like, give them the goal of enrolling their first 6 customers this month and getting themselves to the 500 club, and explain what that is. And then have a prize for them when they hit that. Okay. Tell them you have a very special gift that you want to give them when they hit that, because that extra 500 in volume is going to make such a difference. Okay. Unity and everyone knowing where you guys are going, like driving the ship, is important. Everybody needs to know where they're going. And you want to be planning for more than just, you want to work with anyone on your chart that's working. It shouldn't be just, if you're going diamond, for example, it shouldn't be like, I'm only working with my emerald and my ruby, primarily because they're the ones that are promoting with me. Like, no. What if, this new distributor that you just signed, Izzy, she's like rocking and rolling. Push her in the sense of like support her, coach her, mentor her, because that's what's going to get you guys to the next level. This business, you may not know this. I don't feel like I realized this. I don't feel like the light bulb went off. The light bulb kind of went off at Diamond for me, but like Double Diamond is where it really went off. Because the reason outside of life happening that I sat at Double Diamond for so long is because my mindset and my glass ceiling for myself was like Double Diamond pay, because that's what I made as a nurse. So many people are afraid and hold themselves back in this business because they've never made diamond pay. They've never made double diamond pay. They've never made triple diamond pay. Okay. And they get stuck because they've set a glass ceiling for themselves and they're pushing it, and that's scary. And they didn't think they would ever earn that amount of money unless they did X, Y, or Z. And that's supposed to happen when they're like 50 years old. Okay. And that was me. I was a nurse. I was working my booty off in a master's prepared position, but I knew the cap was, this amount of money. And when I started, like looked at triple, I was like, that's so much more than I could have ever made in my past positions. Like, how am I going to do that? Do I deserve that? Like, that's scary. That's a lot of responsibility. There's all these thoughts that come into your mind. There are people on the Zoom that are struggling with this. There are people on your team that are struggling with this. You guys, mindset is everything. It is everything. And if you are not, we have to put in the work. We have to do the host to post. We have to do the messaging. We have to bring in the new customers, the new distributors. We know that those are working parts of this business, but you're not doing the mindset piece. And if you're newer to this, all that means is listening to a podcast for 15 minutes a day. Pour into your cup. Your cup needs to be full or overflowing. Okay. And if you are feeling negative in any way, shape, or form about your business, about your team, it's on you. You've got to do the work. Okay. You've got to put in the time. And that's as simple as turning on Brennan Burchard and listening to his podcasts. Are super short, you guys, and so amazing. He's amazing, amazing, amazing. So like his podcasts are amazing. They're super short, very time efficient for those of you that are, looking for something that's time efficient. Hi, mister. Can you go back downstairs? They're listening to me talk. Sorry, guys. Okay. So time efficient with podcasts, with your mindset stuff, with your self-development. Hey, can you go downstairs with daddy, please? So be time efficient. If you are not a reader, please start reading a book, start listening on audio. Like that's so, so helpful. But you guys, truly what it came down to at the end of my triple diamond promotion was we were all unified and we all knew what we were going after. We knew exactly where we needed volume, what we needed, and we worked like heck to get there. So it was enrolling new customers. It was reaching out to current customers. It was asking, those people. It's actually a message that I saw Jocelyn Yates share on the training yesterday. Like, if it makes no difference to you when you, sorry guys. Buddy, you need to go downstairs. So if it makes no difference to you when you place your order, I'm going after a really big promotion that is going to like change the world for my family or mean a lot to my family. Can we get your order in today? Jocelyn Yates shared it on the call training yesterday. Sorry, guys. Okay. So now let's talk about the volume I brought in last month. So similar tactics, right? We're host to posting. We're current loyal customers. We had the BOGO last month. Okay. That promotion. When your team is running like a well-oiled machine and everyone knows what their goals are, it all comes together. Okay. So it's not just doing one thing, it's doing all of the things. And what I see happen so often to so many people at the end of the month in a promotion when they have big announcements. So like last month with like bonuses and BOGO and $69 codes, like people get like the space between their ears gets clogged up, right? And they're like, there's so many things happening. Like, where do I focus my energy? What do I do? The most important thing is to put one foot in front of the other. And I know if I, as a triple diamond leader, get that way sometimes, I know all of you do too. Okay. Sometimes you get so much information that you're like, what do I do first? Okay. And so you want to make sure you have like a list, a working list of what you're doing every day. Obviously you have your 6 list, but when it comes to like promotions, hey, don't touch mommy's computer. When it comes to like promotion months and the end of the month, like you have to have your priorities straight on what's most important. Like getting up new host to post obviously is important. Like crazy is important. Reaching out to your current loyal customers, however, whatever your system is. I'm hoping and praying everyone on this call is using Connect, but like Connect is a godsend. Like it is the greatest thing. But I don't know who is behind all of the amazingness. I know Brandon Walsh has a hand. I know Bailey Walsh has a hand in it, but it's amazing. And they give us so many tips and tricks for Connect and for our businesses in that. So making sure that everyone knows what they're doing. We talked about contests, but whether you guys have team chats, a team page, like giving your team chats specific goals each month is so helpful. So for example, and this is something that any of you guys could do. This is a Joy Gillard idea. So I want to give all the credit to Joy. She's a triple diamond. And this is something I'm doing with my team right now. I don't have my own team page, you guys. I'm still with my ambassador. I'm perfectly happy sharing a team page with her and my sidelines, and it's great. So I do all of my like team specific stuff in chats. So I have chats for different legs. I have newbie chats for different legs. And I'm with my leaders. And then we like to do an enrollment chat where literally all we're doing is sharing, like, I enrolled a customer, like we have a swag, I assigned a LC, and then you share screenshots or scripts that helped you get that customer signed up or helped you get that distributor signed up. And so then and that's all that's being shared in this chat. And so it's like an enrollment chat or a boom chat. It's really helpful. It gives people different ideas if their scripts aren't working for them, that sort of a thing. But we're doing in that chat, I'm running it kind of out of that chat because obviously that's exciting. But we're treating short day, like groups of days. So starting today, for the next 6 days, our goal as a team is to bring in 15,000 in new volume in the next 6 days. Okay. And it's March 9th. Okay. So 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. And then after that, we'll probably take a day or two off. And then I'll probably do like 4,000 in volume in 2 days. Okay. Or 5,000 in volume in 2 days. And we're going to do short stints like that to kind of simulate month end. Because what I see on my team, which I think probably a lot of people see on their team, is people are on fire at the beginning of the month, the end of the month, in the middle of the month. Some people just kind of like coast, or they're just kind of going through the motions and they're not on fire for their business. And so that's where enrollments can kind of dip, and you can't do that when you're promoting. Like you need enrollments to be sky high all month long. Okay, so this is something we're trying this month. Joy Gillard is a triple diamond who's amazing, and she gave me the idea, and I was like, okay, we're going to try this. And we're doing like a thermometer so I can update them as we're, enrolling, and let them know like this is what came in today. This is how close, that's this amount out of our goal. And all of the goals should be push goals, right? Okay. I want to pause because I feel like I've been talking for a long time and see what questions you have or what I can share more of. And I can't see you, Mariah, so I don't know where you are. There you are.
I think it has been amazing so far. I really don't want to stop your roll. I think the only thing that I would love for you to elaborate a little bit more on is what you did differently. Like, I know you talked about how like things were kind of, your mindset wasn't in it, and it was really just in the decision. And as all of you guys know, I know you guys have heard it from me and you've heard it from every other leader. At the end of the day, what matters is the decision. But is there anything that you guys were doing, like for example, the day that you brought in so much volume, or there at the end of the month, like a certain, we doubled our host to post, or we were doing more of this, maybe we were up earlier. Is there anything that you specifically changed?
Okay. So what's funny when I think about, I've been saying I get 10 host posts up a day. Like that's always the goal. And I'm always pretty much right on that or surpassing it. In the month of January, especially like I would say not even the last 10 days, let's say, like I didn't even count how many hosted posts I was getting up. I was just getting as many up as I could. And I think, Mariah, honestly, what it came down to at the end of the month, we were following up with everyone. We were being like, hey, we're going after this huge promotion. We've been talking about this Thermophyte X that you were super interested in. Are you ready? And everyone was like, okay, yeah. I think for the last day two, the last few days actually, when I promoted, and at the end of last month, I would do posts on my wall talking about my promotion, talking about how close I was, and I would be like, I'm 30 orders away, like 5 days out. And I updated that post, and I would post again. And I just took like a cute picture I had of myself, and I would add word swag to it, nothing fancy, free. And I would update people as I did it, right? So I'd be like, oh my gosh, we're this much closer. Oh my gosh, we're this much closer. Because then not only in that post, I would talk about like, how much this promotion was going to mean to my family, what people could do to help me. But also a lot of people, I think I told them like, okay, I'll send you a sample or a sample pack. And so I just literally sent out like keto energies or whatever I had on hand to anyone that enrolled as a new customer, or any current loyal customers that ordered. I sent them a couple of samples of different things because they were current loyal customers. So that's something I did. Post to post, I just didn't stop. You guys, I didn't sleep a ton in January of last year, like at all. I think Morgan Martin said this on a Zoom one time, like, you're never going to look back and be like, I wish I would have slept more that day in January. Like, sacrifice sleep, get up an hour earlier. I got up early every single morning, like without fail. At the time, when I forgot this in my story, but when I promoted to triple last January, I just found out I was pregnant with our daughter Kennedy, who's now 6 months old, which is crazy. So we had our rainbow baby in 2019 because, we didn't have enough life going on. So hold on, buddy. So I was pregnant, getting up early, and in the first trimester, and if you're a mom, like you feel like doo-doo the first trimester, like it sucks, but I didn't even care. Like I did not care. It didn't faze me. I wasn't getting as much sleep, as I wanted to. And that was okay. And I don't regret a second of it. So sacrifices, if you're not saying hell yes to something, as far as like social things, I'm a mom of two. I don't have as much of a social life as I used to, but like, if you're not saying hell yes to things, then it should be a hell no. Okay. If it's something super important, yes, go to it. But like, sacrifice those things. It's not going to kill you if you say no to a social event or something with your friends or something with your kid, like your friends' kids or a birthday party or whatever. Like, think about those times that you could say no to things, because I know like we had something this last weekend, but the rest of the month I have nothing planned every weekend, like nothing. My husband's like, what do we have going this month? I was like, presidential, but nothing. We don't have anything going. So I think keeping your social media aware of what you're going after, following up like a mad person, following up every day with the people that you talked to the day before. You should be doing that every day anyways. Okay. Your goal should be 100 messages a day when you're thinking about new host to post requests, which I feel like new host to post requests need to be at least 50 messages a day until you get 10 up. So maybe it'll take more than that. Right. But at least 50 messages a day for host to post requests, at least 30 messages for potential distributors, like reaching out to people and being like, hey, I think you're great at this. And then maybe like 20 of those end up being like follow-up or something, or they're more host to post requests. I just love host to post, you guys, because you don't realize how much that literally takes care of so much of your 6 list, like so much of what you need to be doing every single day, no matter what. Did that answer everything, Mariah? I'm trying to remember what else you said.
Yes, that was perfect. So anything else you want to keep on rolling? I think everyone's absolutely loving it. No one's really had too many questions, more just asking you to keep talking. But if you guys do have questions, put them in the chat so she can get to them. If not, whatever else you want to share with us, we are so excited to have you.
Thank you. Okay, so I did want to share some scripts, and Okay, so Nicole said, how do you work the screenshot chat? That chat is like, it runs itself other than wanting to look at volume, because you should be looking at volumes and your downline orders anyways. If you're going after promotion, diamond and above, you need to be looking at your downline orders every day. You need to know where your volumes are every day. Like you need to watch your volumes like a hawk so you know where in, so that you can give recognition, so that you can keep track of that. Hey, I don't want you to fall. Because that's really, really important. Doing contests, I know I said this, but like there's no magic. Like I think so often people think, oh, when I'm a diamond leader, I can start doing contests. Or when I'm a double diamond leader, I'll start doing this. Like you are a leader as soon as you decide you're one. As soon as you go Ruby, you're a leader in my mind. So nobody came to me ever in my business and said like, do you want to start running calls? Do you want to start doing contests? I just started doing them. I just started my own team chats. I just started doing these things because my enroller told me that I could do it. You know, like she told me that I was capable of anything and everything. And pouring into, like somebody said, how do you get your DTs to start pulling in volume ASAP? Most people in this business that are not promoting because they don't have the confidence and they don't think they can do it. And so there's a self-limiting belief there, but you as a leader can help them with that by pouring into them, by giving them life, speaking life over them. I have a diamond leader on my team who told me at one, I think it was last year, she went diamond last March, I think. And she, told me, she was like, you made me believe in myself and I don't know how you did that. And I was like, well, I don't know what you mean. She's like, I don't even know what the words were. Hey, can you sit by me instead of trying to cover up my face? Yeah, Ma. Okay. So, I don't have specific words for people, but I let them know that anything's possible and that literally anyone can do this business. And I think that so often we have a stereotype in our heads of people that are good at this business. And if we don't fit that stereotype, we think we won't be one of those people. But in fact, if you've been to an event or like a try it, whatever, like you will see, or if you get on any of our training calls, like there are men and women and people from all different walks of life that do this business. Okay. So it does not matter how you were raised, where you come from. What matters is what you decide, and the space between, like this 6 inches between your ears. You guys, my team knows, like mindset and self-development is so key. You have to put in the work. You can't pray over a business that you're not working and assume that it's going to grow to triple diamond. That's not how it works. But like, if you're not business because you were taught, and you guys, I say this from experience, I was taught I grew up feeling like I could only pray for things that were selfless. I couldn't pray for things that were selfish or things that I saw as selfish. I, as a kid growing up, thought that if I prayed over a business for me to make more money, that would be selfish. That is so backwards. Like the Bible talks about abundance. Okay. And normally I have some scriptures to rattle off at you, but my mind is blank because I have Spider-Man here with me. But like,
no, I'm not Spider-Man. I'm Wyatt.
You're Wyatt. Okay. Wyatt Spider-Man.
Wyatt.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So, that's how I was raised. Please don't touch my computer.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Oh, right. Cracker.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I was raised that way. So if you think that way, or if you catch yourself, your subconscious thinking that way, I promise you that's not correct and false. And you can 100% pray over your business and work it like a business, right? We work it like it's all on us, and we pray like it's all on God, because that truly is what it is.
Work it.
Okay. I want to share some scripts with you guys. My upsell scripts. Yes. Okay. You guys think about questions for like 2 minutes while I take this little one downstairs, and that way I can give you scripts.
No, please don't.
So
please don't, please,
hold for 1
please,
second.
Please don't go down.
I'm just going to take you downstairs.
All right, guys, how much are you loving this? Drop a 1 in the comments if you have taken something away. Yes, oh my goodness, Kelly is so amazing. Yes, it's been amazing. I'm, like we said, we're so thankful to have her on here. She talked about so many good things. I literally don't even feel like I have any value to add. It's just been great. But I love how she keeps referencing mindset. If any of you guys know me at all, you know I will preach up and down the importance of where your mind is. It's the 9th of the month. Let's be honest. How many of you guys are already starting to write yourself off? Who are already 9 days in, like maybe next month I'll promote. Maybe this isn't my month. Okay, if that is you, you got to know now that you have to decide today that you're going to make it happen anyways, because either you're going to make it happen because you believe you can, or you're going to miss it because you believe you can't. Whichever it is, whichever side you're on, that is going to happen. You are going to speak that into your business. So I want you guys all to believe that you can hit those goals. I mean, you've heard all Kelly went through, all that she's overcome, all she fought through, and how she grew her business through it. Whatever life is throwing at you, I promise you, you still have what it takes to absolutely rock your business. There's nothing wrong with you, and there is no reason that this is not going to be your month.
Okay, I'm putting some scripts. Sometimes it doesn't work. Like I'm on my Mac and sometimes my text replacement doesn't. Okay, that last one is a cleanse upsell. You need to change the amount though. It's 39 instead of 36. That cleanse upsell is gold. This Mocha Dreams upsell is really good too. I need to change it into like a skinny brew upsell too because I love the skinny brew. So those are my like go-to upsells. That TFX script is for just the TFX. So if I make a script about just losing weight for $40, I'm going to use that script, which is the script. It's kind of my go-to right now. I also have, hold on. This is what I used to use more commonly for like TFX host to post. Oh, somebody's sharing the screen. I don't know how to do it. Okay. Okay. Then, hold on. So that would be my first, and then TFX2. You guys remembering, if you're smart, you'll switch to word board. I'm so stuck in my text replacement world that I haven't switched to word board. But you should if you haven't, because I think it's worth it. Okay, and then this last message is the levels. So it talks about like level 1 being TFX and then level 2 being the cleanse and TFX. So I used to use this a lot. I used this when I promoted to triple. Okay. Somebody just messaged me privately and said, do you message to host posts or just new? I message everyone and their mother. What works best for you? I message everyone. Like, go through your Facebook lists to message people. Go through, if you are like, let's say it's the end of the day and you've gone through your letter of the day. If you're doing that, like if you're doing a letter of the day through your Facebook friends list, which I highly recommend, you go through your letter of the day, and then at the end of the night when you're like tired, but you know you want to keep working, green light message, like go and green light message. In my opinion, I don't care who they are. If they're my friend, they've accepted my friend request, and so therefore they are my friend. And so I'm going to ask them if they want a, opportunity to get a free $100. I don't know what your host post giveaway is, but we're always doing a host post giveaway. We're pretty much doing cash every week. We've been giving away $100 a week. I feel like cash works really well. People get excited about cash. My distributor scripts are pretty simple. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it to pull up. So I use this one. I was just going to say my third message won't really, I don't know if you guys have a potential distributor page, but we have a potential distributor page. So I don't know if it'll make sense. So this is like if they commented on a post. And that just went to Stasia. Sorry. Hold on. And obviously you guys with distributor scripts, I think the most important thing is that people get to know like you and what this business is doing for you. Does that make sense? Like, because all of this talks about me and my story. And then my third message just literally tells them like, awesome, I'm going to send you over to this page we've created. I'm going to add you there. And it has a few videos. After you watch the videos, you let me know, blah, blah, blah. If you don't have a potential distributor page, I do really like ours a lot. I don't know if that's something you guys are a part of. Guys? Yeah. Okay, good. I love I think it's great. I think it's so, so great for people to have a place to put them. But again, you get people over to the potential distributor page, like you have to follow up. Like follow up is so important, and so many people in this business aren't having the enrollments that they want because they're not following it. Like you should be following up every day. Like someone who comments on a host post for me today and respond, they respond back like, yeah, I'm interested, or yeah, send me pricing information. Like I'm going to follow up the next day or later that day and be like, hey, did you get that message? Hey, did that go through? Like I always blame Messenger. Like here, what's my extra placement for that? I blame Messenger all the time. If you guys, the other thing I wanted to say, I am not in any way, shape, or form a TikTok like person that's really good at it by any means. But I tried to I was like, oh, I'm not going to do TikTok, whatever. And then I finally did it. And my accountability partner, like she's killing it at TikTok. Courtney McCravey, if you guys don't follow her, she's wonderful at TikTok. She's signed like 60 distributors last month from TikTok. So when your best friend is killing it at TikTok, you're like, okay, I got to do something, right? But comparison is like a thief of joy, okay? So you have to just decide that you're going to be consistent. And so that's what I decided when it came to TikTok. I was just going to do a video or two every single day. And that has paid. And now in the last week, I've grown from like 300 followers to like 11,000 followers. Okay. So like, and I haven't signed a distributor yet, but I have people texting me every day from TikTok now. So it is something that takes time, but you guys, I much prefer Facebook. I didn't mention this earlier. I grew my business primarily all the way to Double Diamond on Facebook. I have an Instagram. It's nothing super amazing, but Instagram, I feel like I have to be perfect. And I struggle with that. Okay. Because I'm a perfectionist as it is. So I love TikTok because I feel like I can act a fool and people are like, yeah, like TikTok moms unite, whatever. Like it's great. Okay. So TikTok, if you're not doing it, just start posting a video every day. Do a voiceover, do whatever. It's fun. It's funny. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, why am I not getting any likes or any views? It does not matter. Just post a video or two. But don't go crazy. Give yourself 5 minutes to scroll TikTok for like inspiration and ideas. Set a timer, literally set a timer because it's a time suck if you're not careful. And then, go back to what you're doing. Because if it's not making you money, you don't want to spend a ton of time on it, right? So be careful with TikTok, but I do think there is value in starting to just post daily a video or two that doesn't take you a lot of time. Okay. Were there any other scripts that I said? I know I shared TFX. Oh, I wanted to share. I don't know how to get out of, I'm like my whole screen. Hold on. See if I can exit full screen. And I wanted to share that connect message with you guys. I haven't updated yet. So Mariah, when I update it, I promise I will send it to you. But this way you guys can play with it. And if you guys want to do your own thing, you can. But I think just the premise that it is 2 messages, which is not what I normally do on Connect, but I feel like it really, I don't know, this just really did well. So the packages is what I'm going to change, but the first message you can literally leave the same. If I can get my message, hold on guys, sorry. I don't have this saved as a text replacement and we've been on here for an hour. I'm so sorry.
You're totally fine. While she's looking up, if you guys have any final questions, make sure you guys put them in the chat because after this, we'll go ahead and wrap it up because you guys have been awesome on here with all of this amazing information for about an hour now. So if you have any final questions, make sure you go ahead and drop them in the chat now.
Send that to everyone. So that's the first message that I send. And you would change it to, so I sent this on a Friday, right? And I said everything for free this weekend. So you would put 100 plus in the parentheses there. And I always call my current loyal customers VIP customers. And then this second part, I'm going to change a little bit because I want them all to be over 100. And these, obviously, this was before, because I used this last April, okay? And this was before we had, like, Skinny Brew. So I'm probably going to do Skinny Brew for one. I'm probably going to do maybe, like, a old school triple threat Thermofite Fat Fighters and greens or super reds. And then I'll probably do a hair, skin, and nails and 2 bags of collagen is probably what I'll do. Or hair, skin, and nails and lash serum. Like, something like that with good BD. Or you could even do a skincare one. I mean, the sky's the limit with that. So I told myself I was going to rewrite that connect message today, and it just has not happened yet. So anyways, I did not see any other questions. Hold on, and now it's not letting me scroll up. Anything else, Mariah?
I think it's good. I don't think I see any other questions.
Okay, Courtney, I'll end on this. Any last minute tips for new distributors? If you're a new distributor, get up and show up every day for your business. I told you guys my story. I was crazy busy and I still showed up for my business an hour, woken up throughout my day, 10 minutes before I walked into work, 10 minutes over lunch, 30 minutes after, Wyatt was in bed. That's how I worked my business for the first year, really. So don't think that you can't do this because you're crazy busy or because this is new and scary to you. Just wake up, make a decision, commit to your business every single day and recommit every single day, and you'll be where you want to be in no time.
Perfect. All right, I think we're good. I think everyone's just thanking you now. Thank you so much for taking time out of your night, and thank you everyone for hopping on. I know we all got so much out of this, and you have an incredible story.